Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're steaming into the versatile waters of modern amphibious power projection with the USS Fort Lauderdale, the cutting-edge San Antonio-class amphibious transport dock that's serving as the US Navy's 12th Flight 1 workhorse, designed to launch Marine Expeditionary Units into contested littorals with a lethal mix of well-deck ops, vertical takeoff pads, and over-the-horizon strike capabilities, all while accommodating up to 800 troops and 2,000 tons of gear to dominate scenarios from island-hopping campaigns in the Pacific to humanitarian surges in the Caribbean. If you're a naval warfare enthusiast, a Marine Corps tactician, or simply captivated by the engineering feats that transform a 45,000-ton steel behemoth, complete with a 3,000-square-foot hangar and stealthy deck edges, into a floating forward operating base capable of deploying LCACs, MV-22 Ospreys, or F-35B Lightning IIs for rapid dominance, you're in for an exhaustive and wave-riding exploration. The USS Fort Lauderdale LPD-28, built by Huntington Ingalls Industries Ingalls Shipyard, isn't just another amphib, it's a twin-turbine colossus with GE LM2500 gas turbines pushing it to over 22 knots, a redesigned bow for cost savings and enhanced seakeeping, and modular mission bays that support everything from anti-submarine warfare to ballistic missile defense integration, enabling it to surge 465 troops ashore via air cushion vehicles while generating 160 sorties daily in high-threat environments like the South China Sea. From its keel laying on October 13, 2017, to its commissioning amid a rainy ceremony on July 30, 2022, in its namesake city, this ship has evolved through acceptance trials completed on January 31, 2022, incorporating steel masts over composites for durability and an open-top stern gate for streamlined well-deck ops, making it a pivotal asset for Expeditionary Strike Groups in ongoing deterrence postures. We'll dive into its extraordinary capabilities in granular detail, deliver a thorough technical overview based on the latest sea trials and fleet evaluations, unpack its transformative role in US Marine Corps power projection and allied coalitions, toss in some riveting fun facts to heighten the deck-level thrill, and cap it off with the hottest updates as of November 3, 2025, including its recent Caribbean deployments and Iwo Jima ARG integrations. So, man the rails, sound general quarters, and let's weigh anchor for everything you need to know about the USS Fort Lauderdale. The USS Fort Lauderdale's capabilities elevate it to the pinnacle of amphibious assault platforms, engineered as a multi-role expeditionary enabler to seize and sustain beachheads with a synergistic arsenal of vertical and surface lift, sensor fusion, and defensive punch, allowing it to project a reinforced battalion landing team into denied access zones, maintain 360-degree maritime domain awareness through integrated radars, and deliver devastating fires against surface threats or shore targets with precision that rivals dedicated cruisers while offering surge capacity for sustained operations over theaters like the Western Pacific or Eastern Mediterranean. At its core, this ship dominates troop and vehicle deployment, powered by two GE LM2500 gas turbines and two auxiliary diesels producing 41,000 shaft horsepower for speeds exceeding 22 knots and a range of 9,500 nautical miles at 18 knots, enabling efficient transits and loiters up to 30 days without replenishment, outpacing older LSDs like the Whidbey Island class in well-deck volume, with space for 4 LCACs or 12 AAVs, giving it the agility to offload 2,000 tons of combat-loaded gear in under 2 hours for rapid decisive action. Its amphibious prowess comes from a 684-foot flight deck supporting up to 12 MV-22 Ospreys or 6 CH-53K King Stallions alongside F-35B Stovall jets, with the enlarged hangar bay accommodating aviation intermediates and unmanned systems like the MQ-8 Fire Scout for persistent ISR, while the 240-foot well deck facilitates over-the-horizon launches at Sea State 4, fused with a combat information center that overlays augmented reality feeds from the SPQ-9B radar scanning 250 kilometers for air and surface contacts. For self-defense and strike, the Fort Lauderdale mounts 2 Mech 46 30-gun CIWS mounts, 4 Mech 38 25mm chain guns, tons and up to 16 NSMs in over-the-horizon configs, with a combat radius enabling well-deck ops from 100 nautical miles offshore, extendable via underway replenishment, allowing it to threaten plan amphibious forces in the Taiwan Strait or support NATO flanks in the Baltic. Its electronic warfare suite, equipped with SLQ-32V 6 jammers, can spoof incoming missiles or disrupt enemy comms during beach assaults, and the mission fusion centers, with wide-area displays and helmet-mounted queuing, overlay targeting data from the distributed sensor system of 16 infrared cameras providing spherical vigilance for off-bore site engagements, like drone intercepts or helo handoffs, enabling a crew of 400 to manage complex taskings like simultaneous vertrep and missile defense. The ship's relaxed stability design and active fin stabilizers allow rolls up to 15 degrees in heavy seas without disrupting flight ops. This multifaceted might makes the Fort Lauderdale a true force multiplier, capable of leading MEU insertions to secure key maritime choke points, escorting carrier groups for layered fires, or conducting independent humanitarian evacuations with organic helos mapping disaster zones at 1-meter resolution through storms, ensuring it remains a cornerstone of US naval strategy well into the 2040s. To fully appreciate the Fort Lauderdale's engineering mastery, let's examine its technical specifications and operational dynamics, as Ingalls Shipyard's blueprint is a sophisticated synthesis of cost-optimized modularity and warfighting robustness, yielding an amphib that's as economical as it is expeditionary, measuring 684 feet in length, 105 feet in beam at the flight deck, and 78 feet high from keel to mast for a full load displacement of 45,000 tons, propelled by 4 marine gas turbines totaling 41,000 shaft horsepower for 22 knot sprints and a 9,500 nautical mile endurance. The hull's high-strength steel with radar-absorbent coatings reduces signature by 15% over predecessors while achieving a simplified bow design that trims construction costs by 10% thanks to integrated deckhouses, diverterless exhausts, and canted superstructures deflecting returns, and the variable geometry well-deck ramp, sweeping 0 to 60 degrees, enhances LCAC recovery in surf up to 8 feet, paired with a delta-shaped bow for wave-piercing stability. Avionics are a highlight, featuring the AN/SPS-48 E3D air search radar with 1,000 modules for simultaneous air and surface modes, integrated with the distributed aperture system of 16 infrared cameras for spherical threat tracking up to 150 kilometers. A CIC's wide-area displays with voice-activated controls and helmet-mounted displays for off-bore site queuing, where the TAO designates fire missions by gazing at threats. The well deck holds 4 LCACs with 200 nautical mile envelopes, or 12 AAV-7S for amphibious assaults, with external rails adding up to 8 more for 20 total vehicles, including JLTVs or HIMARS launchers, and the electronic warfare suite with SLQ-32V, 6 jammers and CRAM launchers counters threats like BrahMos missiles. Operationally, the Fort Lauderdale's flow is a seamless blend of surge and sustain. It departs from Norfolk at flank speed, launches Ospreys at dawn for overflight, the radar locks a surface group at 250 kilometers, the well deck floods for LCAC dispatch from the ramp, then maneuvers into a defensive box, while the aperture provides spherical awareness, all within a 2,000 nautical mile combat radius that enables insertions from the Philippines to the Spratlys, making it a strategic asset for littoral maneuver in peer conflicts. Twelfth. The Fort Lauderdale's strategic role is profoundly influential in U.S. Navy amphibious doctrine, serving as the backbone of expeditionary strike groups to enforce sea control and rapid forcible entry in regional contingencies, particularly across the first island chain or Arctic approaches, where its vertical lift and well-deck versatility allow it to contest adversary landing forces from amphibious standoffs, integrating with Burke destroyers and America-class carriers for networked assaults that overcome numerical edges. As the Navy builds toward 28 San Antonios by 2035, it bolsters the distributed maritime operations concept, embarking MEUs for multi-axis raids or coordinating with allies' Canberra-class LHDs for joint ops, while the Flight 1XR influences extend its utility to dock landing roles with drone mothership configs. Fun fact, the Fort Lauderdale's well deck can flood in under 10 minutes to launch an LCAC at 40 knots, faster than most adversaries' fast boats. Another intriguing tidbit, its redesigned steel masts save $5 million per ship while boosting radar reliability by 20% in salty climes. As of November 3, 2025, the USS Fort Lauderdale has pivoted dynamically within the Iwo Jima Amphibious Ready Group, with recent deployments to the Caribbean Sea on September 4th supporting U.S. Southern Command's counter-narcotics ops alongside USS San Antonio, where culinary teams prepped morale-boosting meals amid interdiction patrols as the ship ramps for its first full deployment in early 2026 amid rising Venezuelan tensions. Just last month, on March 24th, it conducted a live-fire exercise in the Atlantic, launching a rolling airframe missile to certify self-defense systems, while August 14th saw Marines manning rails during Norfolk Port calls for maintenance. On August 14, 2025, it participated in a ceremonial arrival at Naval Station Norfolk, solidifying its role in the IWO-ARG for deterrence missions. Challenges like supply chain tweaks for Flight 1 mods persist, but with over 3 years in active service and a home port in Norfolk, the Fort Lauderdale is cementing its status as a premier amphibious powerhouse. The USS Fort Lauderdale is a literal leviathan of launch and logistics, blending capacity, capability, and command to storm the shores. What are your thoughts on the Fort Lauderdale? Impressed by its well-decked wizardry, excited for Caribbean counter-narc ops, or curious about LXR evolutions? Share your insights in the comments below. Give this video a like if it surged for you. Share it with your naval crew, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the ships shaping global seas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.